Morning After with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Thursday. It is the 4th day of December 2025. My name is Nick. I present to you Big J. Hey, Big J.
Ta-da!
Happy Thursday to you, my friend.
Yeah, you too.
Hopefully you've had a pretty decent week. How's the sleep schedule going? You all right?
Getting back on track.
All right. Just enough for the family to come home and shake things all up again.
Yeah.
Just like you like. But hopefully it's been a wonderful and happy week for you as well. We have a pretty big Thursday show planned for you, an opportunity for you to get qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. That giveaway party's happening on December 15th at a little place called Hotel Renegade, Big J.
We'll be there.
Downtown Boise, 11th and Grove is where it's going down, and we have a big old party. We're going to give away $10,000 and a bunch of other prizes, by the way. But we want you to win your share of that cash and those prizes, and so we want you to get qualified. That's going to happen around 7:45 or so this morning. Big J is going to give you a nerd alert. That's also going to happen so that you can consider yourself up to date in the world of gaming and technology. We also have a couple of shows that are coming to town this week, and Big J has been mentioning it, but this is going to pretty much close down the rock shows for the year 2025. I know it's a little bit early, but we've talked about how before it's tough to get bands to route into this area in the December and January months because, you know, the roads in and out aren't exactly easy to travel when you're dragging a trailer behind you. And really, there's one way in and one way out of this place, and usually you're going north or south. And in the wintertime, it's not an easy commute. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And so things do normally, concert-wise, dry up around here around that time. And so if you want to go and check out a couple of the last shows we have on the slate, which is Atreyu and Memphis Mayfire, Atreyu playing tonight, Memphis Mayfire playing tomorrow, we got you covered. There's also a chance, if you haven't noticed, if you go to the X app, you can win tickets to Memphis Mayfire and Josh Wolf, who's also in town tomorrow, comedian. So we're giving those away on the X app. You have to download the X app and enter on the X app in order to win those tickets, but that doesn't suck either if you're looking for some weekend plans.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a visit, Big J, from Krampus himself.
Yes!
He's going to come in and talk about KrampusCon, which is this weekend. He's also got a crazy, listen, this is his time, you understand?
Well, yeah.
And so he's got lots of things on his Krampus schedule, if you will. We're going to learn all about that today as well. So I don't know if we're supposed to be in our best behavior or our worst behavior. How does the Krampus thing work again?
I think bad behavior.
Okay. But I still want to treat him with respect.
Yeah,
right?
well, that's a tricky thing for us.
Yeah.
We don't want to be doing bad work. We do good work.
And we don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, even if it's a beast-like creature.
Yeah, any feelings of uncomfortability are by accident.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
And reserved mostly for this side of the table. So fret not about that. We also play music. That's how we're going to kick off the show with some Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's some Scar Tissue on the X Rocks.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
A couple weeks ago, Big J, there was much ballyhoo and much deserved ballyhoo. Celebrating the service and time spent for Blitz the T-Dog on the Blue at Bronco Stadium. But then, something unexpected happened, Big J.
Oh?
Yeah, Blitz announced his retirement right before Senior Day there on the Blue.
Start?
Huh?
Isn't he new?
Blitz has been there for 6 years. And so he basically was like, listen, that's it. I'm hanging up the old running onto the field and grabbing the tee and running back. And so then the Broncos got one more home game out of this whole thing, which is crazy. So Blitz the T-Dog announced this week he is back out of his short retirement for one last kickoff. He will run onto the field during tomorrow's Mountain West Football Championship against UNLV before retiring. He announced basically through Boise State's Twitters that he was back and he is going to give it one more run, believe it or not. So, I was wrong. It's more than 6 years. He's been doing it for almost a decade, Big J. Of course, he follows in the paw prints of his father. Cowboy Cole was the one who created the T-Dog role. And so, boom, that's when Blitz took over. And just in case you need to know, the Bourbon, which is Blitz's 6.5-year-old sister, has been in training since she is a puppy, and she is going to be taking over the T-Dog activities.
Keep it in the family.
So there's still going to be a T-Dog out there rocking and rolling, but we're going to get one more game of Blitz on the Blue. So make sure you treat that dog with the proper respect tomorrow.
God
please.
bless nepotism.
hey, listen, man, you got to keep it as there's only a certain amount of people that know how to do that.
Yeah.
And might as well keep it going. And I think that makes this is the way. I don't know how it got that way. It has to be some sort of weird tradition because all the college mascots that have like dogs, a lot of them are all from the same family. Like I think fans like embrace them better that way. I'm not sure. There's got to be some sort of psychological study that goes into why that is the case, but it's a lot of running in the family stuff.
There's lots of family work in the game of football.
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big J, when the 2025 NFL schedule was announced, it was pretty obvious that the Chiefs-Cowboys game on Thanksgiving was going to be a pretty big TV.
I mean,
but
huge.
When the numbers came in, the game didn't just break the all-time regular season audience record. It crushed it. 57.23 million viewers on average watched that game.
Crazy.
The previous record was 42 million, and that was set by the Giants and Cowboys on Thanksgiving in 2022. So it beat that old record by 36%.
Man.
Yeah, I think the NFL is doing okay. I think they are doing just fine. But yeah, there are a lot of people tuned in for that Thanksgiving Day game, for sure.
God, and they're going to tune in for the damn Christmas games, and I hate it.
You don't like the Christmas games?
I don't like the Christmas games. I know that sounds weird, but I'm like, I want one of these holidays where I don't have to be glued to the TV.
Yeah,
There's other stuff going on. Christmas is the day I like to, really hang out with family, and I mean, so I don't think I watched last year.
You don't like to hang out with your family on Thanksgiving?
No, I do, but listen.
It's ingrained in you.
Yes, that's the tradition that was set like in the 80s for me.
Got it.
So, but it's like now I just feel like it's so greedy.
Yeah, well.
Especially when poor NBA. They had their Christmas games. That was cute for a while.
Yeah, no. There is no honor among thieves, that's for sure. So, I think it's just a matter of, the NFL knows, like the second, because there's also some real dead space there for college football. And so the NBA or the NFL is like, we need to make sure we own this time, and let's spread everything out, and players' health be damned. We'll have them play on 3 days rest. Who cares? And so, it's a little bit crazy. But I don't think it's going to change anytime soon because people are tuning in mass numbers like this. You need to know, Big J, that Season 3 of Euphoria will premiere on HBO in April. It's been 4 years, believe it or not, since the last finale of Season 2 of Euphoria. And Sam Levinson, the creator, has revealed that the show resumes 5 years later. So somehow we're going to be in the future. We know that Zendaya is back. We know that Sydney Sweeney and Jacob Elordi is back. We know that Hunter Schafer is back. And they're all kind of spread out at this point because they're all out of high school. And so it's going to be following those individual stories. So for those of you that were really excited about the what's happening in the world of Euphoria, know that it's coming back in April, and you will get your fix if you are excited, or you just want to see Sydney Sweeney naked, one of the two. I'm sure both of those things will happen. Mm-hmm. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. It is the X Rocks. Here's TDC Thunderstruck here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Can we do an impromptu episode of Judge Big J real quick?
Yeah, I would love to. All rise. That's my gavel.
Oh. Well, you have to
you can sit down now.
Okay.
Thank you, people.
It turns out maybe, Big J, there's some complications in the American court system that could use a little bit of assistance, hence why we call on Judge Big J. Mm-hmm. There is a dramatic increase in divorces in the United States thanks to bots, Big J.
Divorce bots?
Well, not quite divorce bots, but there has been in divorce filings across the United States, there has been an 800% increase in the last calendar year of people filing for divorce because their spouse has cheated on them with some sort of chatbot. They have fallen in love with the ChatGPT that compliments them and stuff like that. Now, to be clear, it's not just small talk in the middle of the night, although it is a lot of that. Partners are sharing bank information, personal secrets, even complaints about each other, all prompted by conversations with their chatbot lover, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Like, you can make chatbots say whatever you want. You have to know that, right? So if you get dirty, I'm sure it would respond. I have no idea what it does, but I imagine it would, right?
I don't know. I mean,
it's just there to answer questions.
I'm going to say, well, it does more than answer questions.
Sure.
It can do a lot of stuff. You can tell. I mean, at the very beginning of this, you're in charge of your AI experience.
Correct.
Like whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it.
Right.
And you can go and just like make it an advanced search engine, or you can make it do stuff for you.
Right.
And once you learn how to do that stuff, I could see you really giving it a lot of information and, turning it into something. You could probably even do that with not thinking about what the end game is going to be. And like, I'm going to turn this in to my lover.
Right. And so when you type in, you like that? They'll probably go, yes, I do. Your name here. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably really weird.
Don't do it, people. Just don't.
So now judges and lawmakers are trying to catch up with what this actually means. And they need to figure out if a relationship with a machine counts as real fidelity. Because, after all, there are adultery laws in several states, including here in Idaho, that call cheating on your spouse an actual crime. You can, if you want to, do that in proceedings with your significant other. It's a antiquated and ridiculous crime, but it is a crime. And so does messing around with a chatbot. Obviously, there's some falling in love. There's some, I believe in emotional affairs. There are all these things that can certainly happen in that world. But is that enough for, I certainly think it's enough for you to break it up. But then the question becomes, how much is weighted in that way? Is it the same as an actual affair? Is it just a misdemeanor and bad judgment, or is it a straight up felony and you need to get a divorce because of it? And those are the questions that judges are trying to figure out right now.
Doesn't that depend on how the other person feels about it or what you do about it? Because obviously there's some issues, there's some mental issues there that need to be addressed for the sake of the person who's committing that thing. They need to realize that there's something they're missing there. Amongst themselves, that they go and they fall for a inanimate object and start sharing feelings with.
The other person is obviously insulted or taken aback enough that they have filed for divorce.
Yeah.
So I do believe that there's obviously some very real and legitimate hurt feelings there. The question becomes, is it like a standard divorce, or are there certain stipulations that need to be made because no real infidelity took place? I don't know.
I don't know what's the definition of
Judge Big J.
Well, I don't know the exact definition legally of infidelity.
What kind of judge are you?
I'm not a real judge.
Oh.
I just play one on the radio.
Okay.
I would say I'd have to ask my AI what the true meaning of infidelity is.
No, we're down the rabbit hole then.
So yeah, I guess. Listen, if for sure it's irreconcilable difference.
Absolutely. Okay. Fair enough. Big J will grant you, Judge Big J will grant you divorce.
Yeah.
But real judges and lawmakers are still trying to figure it out. I feel like, yes, if you file for divorce, there must be some reasons there.
And I'll be like, sir, you get some help.
The question then becomes, because there is enough, vitriol and anger there sometimes where there are charges filed against the spouse that does have some infidelity. Not all the time, but sometimes in these states where it is a crime, they do that. And then the question becomes, okay, if somebody wants to file those charges against somebody that has cheated on them with a chatbot, is that then an arrestable offense and a punishable offense?
In this day and age, probably.
Yeah, anything goes, baby. Welcome to 2025. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Speaking of technology, Big J's got a nerd alert for us. That's next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Nick Talk.
The best in tech and gaming. Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Well, it's not often, Nick, that we get some local news wrapped up into Nerd Alert, but we do here, and it's not great for consumers necessarily, but it's not bad for Micron. Micron is pulling Crucial, its consumer products business, Nick, not because people aren't buying it. Quite in fact, it's very popular, but because shoveling the products directly into the insatiable maw of AI data centers is more profitable, because the company announced yesterday via The Verge that it will be winding down the sale of Crucial consumer products, high quality budget RAM and SSDs, those sort of things, at the end of February of 2026, Nick. So, quote, the AI-driven growth in the data center has led to surge in demand for memory and storage, EVP and Chief Business Officer of Micron, Sumit Sadana, said. Micron has made the difficult decision to exit the Crucial consumer business in order to improve supply and support for our larger strategic customers in faster-growing segments. So basically, the data centers and all of those things that run all of these AIs, they need tons of memory, and so they're trying to push forward all of their ability to produce this stuff to make it for that, because that's for sure going to give them more money than the consumer end of it.
Yeah, it's a bummer, but yeah.
It's a bummer for consumers, I think, a little bit. Somebody will fill that gap, but Micron's announcement is just further heartbreak for PC builders who were relying on crucial parts, quality, and affordability to upgrade and assemble their computers. Somebody will step up, I think, and we'll see some of that. But Crucial Memory has been pretty damn good.
I got an idea.
Oh, yeah?
Big J microchips.
No, I don't. No,
Huh?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Nick, Lego has just announced what looks to be the ultimate set for Stranger Things fans, and it's only going to cost $300. The Creel House is going to be stuffed full of Easter eggs from each of the show's 5 seasons, Nick. So this is it's 2,593-piece set, described by Lego as its first ever transforming house design, allowing you to build and rebuild the mansion into its varying states and relive various iconic moments from the series. Could include the unrevealed secrets from the upcoming Stranger Things finale as well, set to air on Netflix and in theaters on December 31st. Curiously, the set will only be able to be pre-ordered from New Year's Eve at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that's your shot right there. We know that the set will include a manner of props, Mac's cassette tape, Henry's Mind Flayer sketch, vehicle, Steve's car, Will's bike, the WSQK radio station van. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a big part of the new season.
Yeah, and a generous 13 minifigures will be included. And if you get in there, you'll get some bonus action like Joyce and Hopper. So, I took a picture of this. It is huge. 2,500 pieces is pretty good. I would say, $300. It sounds like a lot, but when it's this kind of niche thing, I see more value in that than just $300.
But this is one of those sets where your ass better not lose a piece, because if you want to build it into something else, it needs to probably have all of those pieces, the ones that you use and the ones that you don't use.
I wonder on these they'll send you out pieces that you lose and stuff like that, but I don't know. We'll see how that rolls out. But look for that happening on in January. We'll give you probably a heads up if you want to really get in on that. And Nick, on Tuesday, the latest version of Red Dead Redemption can be purchased digitally on PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch 2, Apple, and Android. Plus, it can be accessed on iOS and Android if you sign into the Netflix version of the app with an active Netflix membership, because this, again, is part of their video gaming hub. To me, Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games I've ever played. I love it. I enjoy it more than I've enjoyed Red Dead Redemption 2, the storyline anyways, but it's out there now. You can only transfer. By the way, all owners of digital PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch versions, you will get a free upgrade to your PS5 and Xbox Series X. So that's pretty good. You want to dig into that if this is something you want to take on. This version is also part of the GTA Plus library, so if you're paying for that nonsense, you get that for free. The game is on sale for 50% off for the next 2 weeks on Xbox and Nintendo Switch platforms across all regions. The game will cost $49.99, and that's without the discount, Nick. So the discounted version is going to be $24.99. Right. As for the graphical improvements, PS5 and Xbox Series X, they'll get 60 FPS up to 4K. There's also enhanced visuals over the older versions, as it uses ultra setting found on PC for settings like level of detail, draw distance, and shadows. There's also high resolution UI and text such as the map. So a new higher quality motion blur is seen in the PC port can be used if preferred. So they're really amping this up. I'd be curious to see how this looks because, that game came out a long time ago.
You going to give it a replay?
Yeah, man, why not? Download it and see how it looks. I got really emotionally invested in that game, more so than the rest, or since the sequel to it. But
did you ever finish Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah,
you did. Okay,
yeah, but it just didn't. I was wrecked at the end of Red Dead Redemption, so didn't happen for me in Red Dead Redemption 2. But there is your Nerd Alert, friends.
Thank you very much, Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff and another opportunity to qualify for the X's Holiday Treasure. It's the X Rocks.
Important stuff. On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by T-Mazda and the Pre-Owned Superstore. Getting finance at T-Mazda easier than ever thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. There's no effect on your credit, so log on to GoTeamCredit.com today. Big J, they did a study of 20,000 American people that have visited the doctor in the calendar year. They wanted a list of beefs they have, right?
Oh, okay.
What is one thing that you don't like about going to the doctor? What do you think is the number one thing that pisses people off about the doctor?
Not being able to get in.
All right, appointment setting is up there, coming in at number 8, though, Big J.
Oh, boy.
I'm talking about once you're actually, it seems like most of these are once
Waiting?
you're there.
Waiting.
Number 1, with a bullet.
We'll always wait.
52.
Like, what the hell? I have an appointment.
52% of Americans are like, man, what is going on? They say they wait on average about 30 minutes to get into the room, and then once they're in the room, they wait another 15. Like, they're talking 45 minutes on average before you actually see the doctor from your appointment time when you set an appointment in advance. Unable to speak with a human ranks second at 48% when you're dealing with stuff like this.
You get doctor robots? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I mean, there are large kind of medical complexes that have appointment setting, or you're calling for billing information and you can't get through to somebody. That could be a problem.
But that's not at the doctor's office.
No, true. That's very true. But sometimes it can be. Big J, also one of the deals is always feeling like they're scheduling follow-ups comes in at number 3. They're like, man, I just came here and I got to come back again in like a week? What the hell? Americans typically wait on hold about 8.5 to 10 minutes when scheduling appointments, which is why it comes in at number 8. But they will tolerate about 10 minutes before they hang up and try with the new office. Is that true with you, Big J?
No.
Is there a time limit where you're like, I'm not going to waste this much time when I'm trying to do something?
No.
I have those types. You'll be on hold forever? Really?
Well, I'm on hold because I got to get something done.
A study found that establishing trust with new doctors creates the most anxiety for patients at 54%. Poor care quality would cause 65% to switch doctors, and 49% would leave if they feel unheard. I think communication with your doctor and trust is incredibly important. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And all those things being deal breakers also make sense to me. So, yeah, make sure you trust the person that you're sitting down with and getting medical advice
Kind
from.
of weird if you don't.
Very important. Well, some people don't have a lot of choices.
I don't trust my doctor.
From, in small rural places, there's like a
You're
doctor.
trying to kill me.
Well, I don't know about that. That might be a bit much. Big J, of course, on Black Friday, the Philadelphia Eagles suffered a brutal and embarrassing loss to the Chicago Bears, and Eagles fans, of course, took it really, really well. There was no problems with that loss whatsoever. Oh, I'm just kidding. Some Eagle fans took out their frustration by egging the home of their offensive coordinator, Kevin Patillo, just hours after the loss.
Here's the thing. Here's the hilarious thing. A, they have a winning record currently. They won the Super Bowl last year. Okay, imagine that's, I mean, it's so hard to repeat as a Super Bowl winner. Your expectation shouldn't be there the next year, that's going to be an automatic type of thing. And it's so ridiculous. Like, to have to go for the coaching staff, I get it. They make a lot of money. It's a great job, blah, blah, blah. But their family shouldn't have to go through this kind of garbage because they lost a football game in a season in which they have a winning record currently and still have an opportunity to win playoff games and go to the Super Bowl.
I agree.
It's asinine.
Well, people are very upset about the production downturn of the offense. But I want to rewind you a year ago. Remember how much Eagle fans hated Kellen Moore, too?
Well, it was more towards Sirianni than it was to Kellen Moore.
Well, they didn't like Kellen Moore either.
But it took them a minute to dial it in. You had a brand new, offensive coordinator, and then you had several new players, including Saquon Barkley. All of that stuff has to jive. But, yeah, I've said that earlier the year when there was some, panic about the Eagles. And I'm like, look, they did this whole thing last year to us. They seem to know how to figure it out in the end. Just relax, everybody.
Nah, that's not how Eagles fans react. These are the people that threw batteries at Santa, Big J. They don't have time for relaxing. You understand? Well, this is not how they deal with their sports. Everything is an extreme. And you know that by now.
I think this kind of stuff should be off limits. Like, leave the damn coaches and their families alone.
It used to go without saying that this didn't happen. But now you have to, yes. The team had to release a statement. The Nick Sirianni had to release a statement. They're like, hey, this is not okay. There's lines that you guys cross that are not meant to be crossed. You can complain. You can go on your message boards. You can do whatever, but don't involve people's families in your upsetness of whatever the case may be. That's a bridge too far.
Egg the facility.
Don't egg anything.
If you're going to egg something, egg the facility.
I mean, these are grown men. Don't egg anything.
We assume that they were the men.
Should have gotten
out of the women.
Should have gotten out of your system when you were like 14.
Or while during the game, every moment you had the opportunity to boo the team, they did.
Oh, sure. Of course. That'll never end. Big J, there could be some big changes coming to the sequel of The Batman. The Batman Part 2 is getting ready to come out. We know Robert Pattinson is going to be back in his role as the Caped Crusader. But Matt Reeves is also back as the director. But here's what we do know. Scarlett Johansson is in talks to join the cast of the film. Do not know what role she is going to be playing in the movie that's supposed to be coming out in spring 2026. It's supposed to begin filming in spring 2026. Coming out October of 2027. But here's what we also know. Doesn't sound like Catwoman's coming back, Big J. Zoe Kravitz does not seem likely to return in her role to this movie, who was the love interest in the first film, if you remember, and then kind of like bailed out at the end. So I don't know what direction they're taking this film. I don't know what they plan on doing. We still don't know what the big bad is, so we're not sure who Scarlett Johansson is going to be playing, if anybody that's of any significance, in like a villain or hero role. Yeah. Could just be, a prosecutor or something. Who knows? Or the mayor. But she's in talks to star in the film, and we'll see where they go and what direction. This movie, no offense, seems like it's been a mess from the word go.
Sure, maybe.
I mean, they just can't seem to. I mean, it took a while to get a script, and then they have it, and now they seem to be all over the place. I don't know. Maybe I'm bitter. I did rewatch the
bitter.
Batman.
I don't understand. You loved it when it came out, and then you poo-pooed it.
I rewatched it. I didn't like it nearly as much.
I've watched it 4 times since it's come out. I love it.
I didn't like it at all. It's just, I think I was all caught up in the idea of having a different type of Batman, and then when I watched it again, I was like, you can't see a goddamn thing in this movie. What was I thinking? Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We got ourselves a little bit of We're Going to Hell action. That's next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the incredibly up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
What the hell is this?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Sometimes we all need a reminder that no good deed goes unpunished, Big J. And that is why we head to Georgia for today's We're Going to Hell story. Georgia dude is driving in his car, right?
Yeah.
Rural part of the state. He is headed home after a trip to go visit family in like the forest or whatever. I don't know. He's in the middle of nowhere, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
And he is driving down the road and he sees, oh my God, it looks like somebody has hit an animal in the road, right?
Oh, no, man.
He is a lover of animals. He doesn't like to see any animal in pain, and it's a little teeny tiny raccoon, dude.
Okay.
And this raccoon is still breathing, so he looks at his phone and he's like, listen, man, I am like an hour out of the Chattahoochee Nature Center, but I am going to pick up this raccoon who is clearly unconscious. I am going to place it in my jacket, and I am going to take it to the nature center so that it can hopefully get saved, right?
I mean, I saw this in Tommy Boy, but it was a deer and not a raccoon.
Right. And they hit the deer, so that was a different thing.
Right, true.
But
I'm saying putting an animal that may or may not be dead into your vehicle could be dangerous.
Well, he knows it's alive.
Okay.
He knows
he
it's
took
breathing.
Its pulse and stuff?
He sees it's breathing. He knows it's unconscious, and so he knows it's in pain, and so decides to take it to the actual nature center in order to hopefully get this thing bandaged up and fixed. And so it starts to cry while it's in the car because it's a little tiny raccoon, man. It's not like a full-size one. So this guy,
You're gonna make me cry right here. Stop it.
He wraps it up and he holds it close to his chest. So he's like, hey, you're going to be okay. He's holding it like a baby while he's driving down the road, right? Well, Big J, when this
God bless this guy, but
when this thing wakes up fully, it is obviously very angry. And so this raccoon just goes ham. I mean, biting his face, biting his hands, scratching him like absolute crazy. Yeah. So he obviously doesn't have any kind of like barrier between him and the raccoon. So he pushes it into the back seat and is basically keeping it back there while it's attacking his arm and his hand. And he's like, I'm not going to make it the hour to the Chattahoochee Nature Center. I need to stop off home. And so he does. He then grabs a blanket, wraps the raccoon in a blanket, and then duct tapes it in there so that the raccoon can no longer hurt him, right?
Jesus.
Then he makes the trip, which is another about 40 minutes, to the Chattahoochee Nature Center. And so they place the raccoon in a kennel, and they're like, listen, you are tore up. You need to go to the hospital. This raccoon kicked your ass. And he's like, I know. I'm bleeding like crazy. I'm going to do it. Goes to the hospital, Big J. What happens next?
Well, he's got to get rabies.
He tests positive for rabies.
Oh, bleep.
Yeah. And so does the raccoon. So now, unfortunately,
all the stuff you did is no longer, buddy.
Right.
So sorry.
The nature center had to put down the raccoon for the safety of the staff and volunteers and the other animals as well. And this guy has to go through a crazy amount of shots and pain in order to basically make sure the rabies is out of his system. So yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all. So the Chattahoochee Nature Center then puts this guy on blast in their Facebook post.
Well, that's not cool.
I know. He's like, while the post says, quote, while the finder's heart was in the right place, he put himself, his family, CNC's staff, volunteers and visitors, and the staff of Bell's Ferry all at risk. Be more careful. And that's the post. It's like, damn. I mean, bad enough he got attacked by a raccoon and got rabies and has to go through with it. He was, at the end of the day, just trying to do the right thing and help out a hurt animal.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, granted, it's a wild animal, and you need to probably keep that in mind as you are assessing the situation, but, I mean, he wasn't doing anything nefarious nor trying to cause anybody harm, and he did more harm to himself than anybody else, if we're being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But still not, it's about as worst case of a scenario as you can get.
Yeah.
When you're trying to do good and help out a poor injured animal that's been tagged by a car. So I don't know if there's a lesson to be learned from this particular story other than everything sucks, but it is certainly something that maybe you need to keep in the back of your mind. Wild animals are, in fact, wild sometimes.
Yeah.
And there may be more things going on there than meets the eye.
But then also at the same time, you're like, listen, this little guy wouldn't be on the side of the road if we weren't human beings here messing up their whole ecosystem, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you got to just I can't say the word. I always want to try to say the word and I can never say it. But
I don't even know what word you're thinking of.
I've got
compartmentalize?
Yes.
Okay.
That word. I can't say it. I can think it, but I can't say it. That's when you have to do that and block off any feelings of empathy that you have when you're driving down the road and just keep going, man.
Yeah.
As hard as it is, because there's only two options. One, you're going to help that thing, or you're going to have to put it out as misery. And that's a whole nother list of traumas that you will go through.
And nobody wants that. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
No, you can't skip it. But at least we can make it more bearable for you.
Let's play the X's Naughty List to get you qualified for our holiday treasure on 100.3 The X Rocks.
All right, man, we're down to crunch time. We got two more opportunities for you to get straight up qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. It's presented by CBH Homes, Mart, and Skog Law. Your chance to win your share of 10,000 American dollars and a bunch of other prizes at our big grand prize party happening on December 15th. That's a Monday, 1 week from this Monday, at Hotel Renegade in downtown Boise, 11th and Grove. That's where it's going to be. And if you want to get in on this action and maybe win yourself some pretty big high-dollar operations, well, my advice to you would be get on the phone, 208-287-1003. Some rocker has found their way onto Santa's naughty list. Big J is going to give you some idea as to why. You have to figure out who that person is on Santa's naughty list, and if you can, you're officially qualified. It is hopefully that easy. So if you want to play, get on the horn and let's see if we can make it happen. Big J, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, to the phones we go. Hello, the X.
Hi,
Hi, good morning. Who's this?
this is Deanna.
All right, Deanna, you're up first. Best of luck. Here comes Big J with your clues.
Okay.
This 90s icon lands on Santa's naughty list because back in the day, his ego was so big, Santa was surprised his head could fit in a room. He may have mellowed out over the years, but ask Darcy Retzky what a piece of work this guy was. And Santa, he holds a grudge.
Next one, please.
He's also on Santa's naughty list because he's on the record as hating all Christmas music and songs. That's like spitting in Santa's face.
Okay, let's go with the third one.
Finally, he's on Santa's list because he said his album Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness was the best double album released in rock history. Even Santa thinks that's laying it on a little thick.
Wow. I don't have a clue. I'm sorry. That sucks.
It's a tough one.
It's all right, Deanna. You got one more chance tomorrow. Thanks for trying to play along today. We certainly appreciate you tuning in and listening. Hello, the X. Oop, I got to press the button. Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? Did you hear Big J's clues, or do you need them one more time?
I need him one more time.
This 90s icon lands on Santa's naughty list because back in the day, his ego was so big, Santa was surprised his head could fit in a room. He may have mellowed out over the years, but ask Darcy Retzky what a piece of work this guy was. And Santa, he holds a grudge. He's also on Santa's naughty list because he's on the record as hating all Christmas music and songs. That's like spitting in Santa's face. And finally, he's on Santa's list because he said his album, Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, was the best double album released in rock history. Even Santa thinks that's laying it on a little thick.
Billy Corgan.
There you go, man.
Well done, sir. What is your name?
Seth.
Seth, congratulations. You're officially qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. Hang on 1 second. We'll give you all the details about the big party coming up on December 15th at Hotel Renegade. And well done. One more opportunity for you to get qualified tomorrow right around this time. So tune in and be a part of the fun. And we'll see if we can't get you in on some X's Holiday Treasure action. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff and your pop culture smackdown. It's the X Rock.
Important stuff.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
You've been asking for it, Big J. The 2026 State of Browsing Report has been released.
Oh.
The numbers are here. Turns out 62% of Americans are just straight up exhausted from the digital footprint that they have to deal with on a daily basis. Isn't that nice?
What does that mean?
That means that basically we're sick of everything around us always being digital and us, just having just to jump on something, to check a screen, to be married to our phones. We're sick of it, but not enough that we would ever stop, of course. Just that we're exhausted by it.
Some ways you can't. You're kind of stuck in it.
24% of U.S. adults say they are basically inundated by constant notifications at their phone and their digital, like whatever they have with them. And so that has led to them like, Jesus, another notification from whatever, another email. Oh, my God. Social media overload is at 23%. Nearly half of users say browsers distract them as often as they help them focus. Younger generations struggle the most. 35% of millennials regularly feeling burnt out compared to 31% of baby boomers who experience burnout because of digital things. Despite widespread frustration, Big J, 92% of us say there's no way our jobs or whatever require us to be attached to these browsers, so that's just the way life is. 81% are hoping at some point in their life that they'll be less reliant on social media or their email or their digital connection, but they're not holding out hope for it. Users spend most desktop browsing time on personal activities, 40%, and then work comes into 26%. Usually when you're at work, you're still screwing around on something personal, too. The study shows that 43% of people lose focus faster because of their digital addiction. That they always have something at their fingertips that can distract them usually means they're going to be distracted. And we've talked about this. I think it's played a part in our attention span. I think it's definitely played a part in our memory problems. Mm-hmm. And it's tough, man. But what's tougher than that is saying, I don't want that to be controlling of me anymore. Because most people can't do it, and you could probably find 7 reasons why you couldn't, too. It's just, you have to, I suppose, take that step if you want to be better at it. And it's not going to be easy, but it can be done. But I think the addiction is real. There's no doubt about it. And that leads to exhaustion, and that leads to probably depression, and that leads to all sorts of different things. So there's no doubt it's impacting our mental health. It's just, we're not doing enough to fix it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or we don't know how.
I mean,
is there a real way to do it?
Put it down and stop using it. But
I guess you have to find a new job.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's no real reason to there's no real way to do it.
I mean, not every job is connected to the phone like yours or somebody else's job would be. I mean, I don't
Give me an
think
example.
A janitor. I don't think they need to be hooked up to their phone 24 hours a day.
Yeah, maybe depends on the company that they work for.
Well, I just gave you an example. What do you
I'm
mean?
just saying that, hey, maybe that they have to check in on certain spots and things. You would mind to be blown about how people want to make sure people are doing their job these days.
No, you're absolutely correct. But I also think that there are things that you can do to step away. But again, what you're essentially doing is making an excuse why you can't. And there's lots of those as well. There's 100% those. There's way more of those than there are reasons to step back. But if it does affect your overall mood and your mental health, sometimes you got to prioritize that bleep. Just the end of the story. Corporate America loves doing layoffs around the holidays, Big J, but even the worst company in the world probably wouldn't tell an employee that their services are no longer required at 2:40 in the morning. But that's apparently what happened to Chris Paul, who posted at that time on Wednesday morning that, quote, just found out I'm being sent home. The Clippers then, right after that, released a statement saying that they are parting ways with Chris and he will no longer be on the team. We will work with him on his next step of his career. Paul had been in and out of the team's rotation as they stumbled to a 5-16 start. The Clippers cannot trade Paul until December 15th, as that's the first day players signed this season can actually be moved. So he's just away from the team. But, I mean, Chris is, one of the best point guards to ever play in the NBA. And his career has kind of ended sadly these last couple years. Don't know if it's personal or if it's something else, but it does seem pretty messy to have it happen at 2:40 in the morning.
I mean, why? What's the reason for that?
I don't know. And nobody's going to tell. You're never going to find out the real reason
Right.
why. It could be because he was impossible to work with. It could be because management is impossible over there. It could be because that whole Clippers organization has historically been a garbage fire. Who knows?
Yeah.
There's so many different things that could be a part of that particular story. But it does seem like a fairly cold and not cool way to tell somebody that they're no longer with the team. I know all you Chad Powers fans are going to be excited about this. The Hulu series has been renewed for a second season. For those of you that aren't aware what it is, that's the one where very handsome man Glenn Powell is dressed up in makeup and is made to be a college football player again, even though he's much older than he should be. You get it? And the series premiered on September 30th. Powell stars as Russ Holiday. He is a former star quarterback that disguises himself as the character Chad Powers to revive his football career with the struggling South Georgia Catfish team. He co-created the show based on an ESPN sketch with Eli Manning, and now it's coming back for season number 2. Your thoughts on Chad Powers, Big J, please.
Yeah, it's so weird. I tried to watch it last night, watch the first episode. I couldn't get through it.
Oh, no.
Glenn Powell's a great actor, but his character is such a douchebag. It's insufferable. Like, I was like, okay, throughout the entire episode, I mean, like, at some point, obviously, this character arc has to change and, become aware that he's such a douchebag that he needs to change. And I just got the idea in this first episode, it wasn't going to happen fast enough for me to stick around. And I'm like, there's too many other shows to watch. I'm out.
Did you get it to where he actually plays football?
Well, yeah, you start playing football at the very beginning.
I mean, but he has to obviously re-enroll in a different college.
I just got infuriated about the way he was, what his character was doing. It was just like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, like,
Bleep
I know it's a show, but I haven't heard a single thing said about it. Like, nobody has told me you have to watch Chad Powers. And I like Glenn Powell, too, but, like, I have zero interest in this show.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'm going to try it out for Glenn Powell's sake. And then I'm like, I can't. His character is so, I'm sure he becomes less of a douchebag or whatever, but I couldn't take it anymore.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he did, like, kind of make his mark being a douchebag. He's a douche in Top Gun. He is a douche in Twisters.
This is like a different kind altogether.
Like an egomaniac douche?
It's bad.
Okay.
It's bad.
Well,
so I would imagine that there would be a great swing in there at some point, but I wasn't waiting around for it.
Big J does not have the time to invest into making you a good man, Glenn Powell. You better be a good man right out the gate, or Big J's not in. Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your pop culture smackdown next on the X Rocks.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
We got some tickets for show tonight at Tree4 Music Hall. Atreyu coming to town, 0936. Again, Tree4 Music Hall tonight. We're going to get you squared away with these tickets. Only a couple shows really left here in the year 2025. for the Treasure Valley, this being one of them. We'll get you set up with these tickets when and if you can beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
A little bit of rub around these tickets, and that is you got to be able to swing by before 4 o'clock today to pick these up before the offices close to make sure that you can check out the show tonight and they don't go to waste. But if all of that fits in your schedule, then I would recommend you get on the phone, 208-287-1003, for a chance to score these tickets and to play a coveted game called Pop Culture Smackdown. Some pop culture questions will come your way. Hopefully you get one right, and then you are on the phone when Big J gets one wrong, because that would be the case that you would need in order to claim these particular tickets today and go to a show tonight. Because listen, man, concerts cost money a lot of times, and free tickets are nicer than most. Agree or disagree, Big J?
They're the best, actually.
I agree. I tend to agree. They are, in fact, the best. And so that is what's happening for tonight's Pop Culture Smackdown. Or excuse me, tonight's Atreyu concert. If you want to play for Pop Culture Smackdown, see what's going on, and let's get ourselves a contestant. Hello, the X.
Hey there.
How you doing, man? What's your name?
Hey, my name's Gerald.
All right, Gerald, you're up first. Gerald, Jean, Louise, Tina, Bob, and Linda are the main characters of what animated sitcom?
Bob's Burgers.
Yes, that is correct.
Good guess, man.
They are on Bob's Burgers.
Sound like a Hail Mary.
Big J, who plays the role of Haley Joel Osment's mother in the film The Sixth Sense?
Oh.
Wonderful performance by her in this film. Picture it in your mind.
I'm trying. And I just see Bruce Willis's sappy I'm dead face.
Spoilers for The Sixth Sense.
Let's go with it. I know it's not the right answer. Demi Moore.
No, it's
That'd be
not
nice.
Demi Moore, unfortunately. That means you are the victor, sir. Do you have a guest who plays Haley Joel Osment's mom in The Sixth Sense?
No.
That's okay. Should have won an Oscar for this performance. Toni Collette.
Oh, Toni
The
Collette.
immortal Toni Collette.
Early Toni Collette,
is
too.
the mom role in The Sixth Sense. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown. Big J, we have a very important studio guest.
Already scaring the crap out of everybody.
Krampus joins us next on the X Rocks. That's the latest from the Foo Fighters. It is Asking for a Friend here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. I think we can go as far as to call our next guest a friend. Agree or disagree, Big J?
Well, I'm going to.
All right.
I'm just happy that you're in between us.
Because in studio, it is that time of year. It is an honor and privilege to welcome back for the again, an annual kind of visit to the X studio. Krampus is here. Good morning, Krampus. How are you?
That's good.
Very nice. Because the first thing we had you when you came in was you corrected me on the pronunciation. We want to make sure we say it the correct way, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so say it for everybody so they know.
Krampus.
Thank you very much.
Or Krampus would be fine.
But you prefer the...
but not Krampus.
But not Krampus.
Take the piss out of Krampus.
That's
is what you said. Yeah.
Those who
Immediately
call me
we're like,
Krampus,
yes, sir.
yes. Those who call me Krampus, I'm going to beat the piss out of you.
Which is why we changed our pronunciation, Krampus.
Immediately.
Just so you know.
As friends would do.
Exactly. Thank you for confirming. You have a busy couple of weeks coming up here in the Treasure Valley, and we want to make sure we kind of spread some of the lore and let people know where you're going to be, because you have certain events that you're going to be out, like taking pictures, because you are in like full on Krampus gear, and it looks fantastic. But let's kind of break it down kind of like by date. What's the first event that's on your calendar?
First is going to be tonight at the Repop gift shop from 3 till 7. Krampus will be there for a photo op. People can come and get pictures with me. There's also first Thursday for Repop is going to be January birthdays. So there's going to be discounts for people to come in and get a little bit off on their purchases before the Christmas season.
Yes.
And then this Saturday, on the 6th of December, is going to be Krampus Con from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. And there you will be able to enjoy a festive Krampus convention. There'll be discounts for people at the door when they come in and bring a canned food item for donation to get half off on their entrance, as well as 12 and under are free. So bring their little kinder to be righted this holiday season.
And I did pop by Krampus Con last year. It was a lot of fun. There's so many different vendors and so many different artwork that really is highlighted over the course of the Krampus Con, because there are incredible local artists that dedicate themselves to a lot of the darker side of the holiday, which is really, really cool to see the creativeness and the interestingness kind of come out.
Yes, I know that Krampus is very loved this, as the season is coming every year. So since probably the 2000s, when most people didn't know about Krampus, is becoming highlighted more and more in the America populace, and so the love of Krampus is being just spread all over the world this time now.
Amazing. So you've got photos tonight at Repop. You've got Krampus Con this weekend. And then next weekend, you're going to be out at the Revolution Concert House and Event Center for the Wicked Winter Market, which is almost a different kind of a thing, but along the same kind of theme. But there's a lot more interesting lore-based stuff going on there, right?
With that one, it's going to be put on by the Society of Fandom Advancement. The event goes from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. There you'll be able to get educated on more than just myself, the Krampus, but they're going to be highlighting different things like donations that are brought for the West Valley Humane Society goes towards gift baskets to earn a prize, possibly, but donations are being gathered up for the Jóla Kötturinn, the Yule cats from Iceland. I mean, Yule dogs are fine too. We're not going to discriminate. There I'm going to be giving a bit of Krampus history and lore during that time as well, where I'm going to give more than just the basic touchdown of Krampus being from the Alpine region. He's Germanic. He comes from he's associated with St. Nicholas. There's a lot to this lore that most people are unfamiliar with and just think of Krampus as like the demon of Christmas, or like the dark side of Santa Claus or St. Nicholas. So those who come, you'll be able to be treated to a history buff from the Krampus himself.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it is awesome, and to get a chance to get a little deeper and maybe not vilify it as much, and create such a villain out of you, sir.
That's the thing, that Krampus isn't a villain,
right? But we think he is because, well,
with how Santa is basically he's a gift giver, so a lot of people admire and love Santa Claus for the reason that they get something that's nice, and then they see Krampus as being an anti-Santa, but he's anything but. If anything, he's doing, Krampus is supposed to be doing the job that St. Nicholas or Santa wouldn't do, which is to punish those who are bad, specifically.
Right.
And most people think, ooh, if I'm going to get beaten, that must mean that he's a bad guy. It's like, wouldn't you want someone who is doing wrong to get their comeuppance?
Yes, I'm all for that. Yes.
We are pro that.
And I love my job.
Now, of course, which means you make a lot of appearances and a lot of different things over the course of the next couple weeks here in the Treasure Valley. How do younger children in general, react to Krampus? Somebody that maybe they don't have a lot of familiarity with. Is it always a trial, or is it actually it's pretty kind of depends on the situation?
It does depend on the kinder. So the ones that are admiring me and love to see me, I know have a good heart, and I know that they are not bad, so they have nothing to fear.
Right.
But there are plenty of times where there are those that are just either the littlest ones, infants, might just reach out and have the biggest eyes and drooling mouth and just like, I want to pet the Krampus. But then there are ones who get a little bit older, they get in their terrible twos.
Sure.
When they know they've been causing trouble, and they might even turn to their parents when the parents say, well, if you're not bad, you have nothing to fear, right? And they go, what if he knows I've been bad? And they might have a bit of hesitance.
Yeah.
Where it's even come to situations where at Repop last year, small girl, very young, was terrified at the beginning of our photo op with her family, but by the end of it, she threw everyone out of the picture and said, no, I want to be the only one with Krampus. Get out of this picture.
Once you get to know Krampus, he's a fantastic entity. So I understand, of course. There are a lot of things going on, as you said, over the course of the next couple of weeks that we want to make sure people check out. Is there a place that people can go, be it online or someplace else, that is a great place to find out the Krampus schedule so they can keep track of your whereabouts and where you're going to be going?
If you want to look for my like whereabouts specifically instead of just specific events, then you can go on to the Spooky Dinosaur either on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that you there's social medias. I'm usually there. And then if you're looking for those specific events, I highly recommend looking up the Krampus Con Bazaar and then the Wicked Winter Market. There's also other events that are going on that I'm not specifically associated with. The Barbarian Brewing, for one, is doing a Krampus crawl tomorrow. I believe it's after 6 o'clock. Perhaps there might be an appearance, but I have yet to decide.
At the very least, you're there in spirit. We know that much.
I mean, I'm glad to see that more than just my closer group that I usually associate with are trying to also bring the spooky season of winter back into like the holiday that it is.
Well, I'll tell you this: they better treat the lore of Krampus right, or they're going to, face some consequences.
I'm glad that they're doing a little bit more too, because they are some of what they're doing. It seems like it's going to be associated with like the Wild Hunt, which because they're asking for people to come dressed up in either spooky or undead or like evil elves or naughty children. I mean, that's another part of the winter season that most people probably don't realize of like the Wild Hunt. Like the dead is a big part of winter, so anything that like brings back that spooky season and also highlights the Christmas time, I believe, in my opinion, it touches his heart.
Love it. Repop tonight, KrampusCon this weekend, Wicked Winter Market next over there at the Revolution Concert House Event Center. The Spooky Dinosaurs, where you can check out some more intricate stuff, as well as see some amazing artwork about Krampus and other figures as well. As always, thank you very much for coming and visiting the studio. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's always good to see you. And incredibly frightening to see you as well, just so you know. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's Krampus. We are going to have an opportunity for you to get some headlines next on the X. Headlines brought to you by Wish Upon a Star. There's still time, plenty of time actually, to jump on xrock.com and team up with Road Credit Union for Wish Upon a Star. We are going to be delivering wishes for the holiday season here very, very soon. So if you or somebody you know needs a little extra help this year, hit us up at xrock.com, click on the Wish Upon a Star link, tell us their story a little bit. If they need help with bills, they need help with car payments, if they need help with Christmas presents, whatever the case may be, we want to make a couple of Christmas dreams come true, and then we'll be delivering those Christmas wishes all season long. Wish Upon a Star happening right now at xrock.com thanks to Road Credit Union and the X Rocks. Make sure you check it out. Headlines are as follows. Great job, everyone. For the birds and damn cats.
For the birds.
Jessica Tyson is a reporter for a current affairs program over there in New Zealand, Big J. She was doing a report, and then she was struck in the face by a damn seagull while filming outdoors. The incident occurred between takes, but was captured on camera.
Oh, no.
She shared the footage on her social media saying, POV, just trying to do your job when nature has other plans. She joked that the seagull needs a new pair of glasses. She did sustain a minor injury from the collision, a cut on her face, because, hey, seagull beaks can be pretty sharp, Big J.
Yeah.
But she says everything is fine. It could have been worse because the scar is about like an inch below her eye. It could have been in her eye, and then it would have been really bad. So
because her TV career's over there.
They had some fun. Well, come on, Big J, no. So we will see how it goes. The host of the show did joke that she will be restricted to indoor segments going forward to make sure no birds can fly into her damn face.
It makes me want to know, like, was she wearing a hat? Was something that attracted the seagull to get into even close to that area?
Don't know. I mean, I did see the thing. She wasn't wearing anything like crazy. It just was like there was a bunch of seagulls and one just flew right into her. Don't know. Maybe the seagull was blind. You don't know what's going on over there.
True.
So I don't know how the bird shaped out. I mean, that's never good when a bird flies full bore into something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The success rate for that bird is not very high, but don't know.
This sounds like a great opportunity for an animated rom-com between a human and a pigeon. Or seagull, I'm sorry.
This is you asking finally for your bestiality animated series to come forward?
Well,
this is how you ask?
I didn't really think about it in that terms. I was thinking more of the goofiness of people fall in love with weird stuff.
Sure. Great job, everyone, or damn cats.
Damn cats.
The Perfect Bean, Big J, is a cafe in Richmond, Virginia. Now, what makes this cafe so special is it is cat-friendly. And they always have a ton of cats in the cafe. The owner is very cat positive and loves it when the visitors come in and bring their cats. Here's the problem, though, Big J.
Yeah.
The cafe had to shut down because they had a serious flooding incident. And when the plumber came in and figured out the source, guess what the source was, Big J?
A cat?
Yep, exactly right. According to the cafe, flooding resulted with what they called a series of freak accident involving one of their cats named Roller, a towel, and a sink. Water from the upstairs cat lounge leaked into the downstairs cafe area, but all cats remained safe during the incident, with some reportedly splashing around in the water. Some cats like water, not all. Felines are currently staying with the previous foster families while they assess the damage, but the Perfect Bean did open up in August, and owners expect a closure for at least 1 week, possibly several weeks, to fix the water damage thanks to a cat.
Your headline was off just a little bit. It should have been this. That darn cat.
Oh, that's a Kurt Russell movie, right?
No, I don't know.
He's not in
Dean
that?
Jones, I think.
You better double check that. I thought he was in
I
that
will,
movie.
but
Wrap it up with great job, everyone. I'm not sure you're watching HBO Max and the Mad Men that they just put the remastered version of up on the streaming service. But they have, basically with the remastered version, noticed there's tons of production mistakes visible to viewers. Before, when it was in its standard ratio, you would have these kind of crew members out of the shot. But thanks to it being in 4K and in a different ratio, some of these things are happening, and you can see like crew members in the background. And obviously that messes around with the realism of the show being stuck in the 60s and all that kind of stuff. Where there is a scene in season 1 where Roger Sterling, played by John Slattery, vomits in the office. And in the background, you can see the crew members operating the fake vomit machine. And they're just right out of the shot, which wasn't a thing when the actual TV show happened, but became a thing with the remastered versions of things now on HBO. All episodes also have a bunch of like background things that are cut out of the original shots that have like phone numbers and modern cell phone ads that were never in the original TV show. But when you clean things up, sometimes you see things that you're not supposed to see.
well, crazy, especially if they're reformatting it and it there's bigger size screens and such. I mean, I can see where stuff that's not supposed to be in the shot ends up in there.
That's exactly what's happening right now. You can see all the fun and count the mistakes of your very own on HBO Max if you'd like to.
That darn cat starred Dean Jones and Haley Mills.
No Kurt Russell?
No Kurt Russell.
My apologies to Kurt Russell and to you, Big J.
Thank you.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. We got your bad impressions. They're next on the X Rocks.
Idaho Pizza Co.
Bad impressions.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
And we got some tickets for you to tomorrow night's show out at the Treefort Music Hall. And I'm talking Memphis Mayfire and the Shapeshifter Tour leg number 2. Get there early because the opening bands are phenomenal. If not for me, Nevertell and Rain City Drive. This is a fantastic lineup. You don't want to miss out. And then, of course, Memphis Mayfire. Easy to get you these tickets. You just have to figure out bad impressions, and you figure out who I'm trying to be. And these tickets will be yours.
208-287-1003 if you'd like to see a great show top to bottom tomorrow night at the Treefort Music Hall. It's fairly easy to play. Big J is going to lay out 3 clues. Now, all 3 of those clues are going to point you in the direction of somebody pretty famous.
Yes.
And if you could figure out who that famous person is in those 3 clues or less, sometimes it doesn't always take all 3 clues to figure out who that person's trying to be. If you can knock it out of the park in that amount of time, then congratulations. It is you going to that show tomorrow. You're probably going to have a really good Friday night, and everything else will be, I guess, just gravy, right?
Yeah, and I think this is one of your favorite people.
Me?
Yeah.
All right. I like to play the game along, too. Maybe sometimes I can get it in 1 clue, but not always. But
You'll get it 1 clue.
If you want to play, 208-287-1003. You want to just go through the clues, Big J?
Yeah. You better believe if I was still doing late night that I would have a top 10 list for the crazy bleep that has happened in the last year.
Okay.
And you got it then? That's probably a good clue for you.
I do have it.
Since I retired from late night TV, I grew a massive white beard, not even trying to be Santa part-time. And last year, I have a whole new season of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction.
Hello, the X.
Hello.
Did you hear those clues, or do you need them Big J recap style?
Yeah, if we could recap that, that'd be great.
Let's
All
go.
right, you better believe if I was still doing late night that I would have a top 10 list for the crazy bleep that has happened in the last year. Since I retired from late night TV, I grew a massive white beard, not even trying to be Santa part-time. And I have a whole new season of My Next Guest Needs No Introduction on Netflix.
I'm going to guess Jay Leno.
Is it Jay Leno, Big J?
No, this is a good late night host.
It is not Jay Leno. We are sorry, but thank you for playing along. Can I guess, Big J?
Yeah, sure.
Is it David Letterman?
It's David Letterman.
My God, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that next new season for my next guest needs no introduction is here, and the first episode has already aired. That was with Adam Sandler, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Michael B. Jordan, of course, from Sinners. All kinds of great movie action there, and Mr. Beast. So he will. That's going to be a hilarious episode. And Ozark Emmy winner Jason Bateman.
All right,
not bad. Well, I wonder when we're going to get an invite.
Yeah,
David Letterman
I
wants
think
the morning after.
We might need an introduction. That's the only rub there that I would say probably prevents us from making an appearance on a nationally syndicated Netflix show. But I do appreciate your desires for sure. Morning After with Nick and Big J will wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks. Token Caramel wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J here on this Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Special thank you to KRAMPUS for popping by and talking about all of the upcoming KRAMPUS events that he has. And it was an intimidating appearance, as it often is, but also nice to have him spread some Christmas stuff.
But I feel like we're becoming friends, though.
I think we are.
Yeah.
But listen,
right.
When you're in the trenches, better to have KRAMPUS on your side than not on your side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy you want on your team. He's got that stick. He's got that whip. He's not messing around.
Nope.
And so we are always happy to see him. Make sure you check him out tonight in downtown. Going to be doing some pictures. And then, of course, KRAMPUS Con is happening this weekend. And then next weekend at the Rev Center, they got the Winter Lore event, which is going to be really, really cool. We also gave away some tickets today. That's going to be awesome. We will continue that with some Memphis Mayfire tickets tomorrow. We also got somebody qualified for the X's Holiday Treasure. Last chance to do that will be happening tomorrow around 7:45. And Big J gave us a nerd alert. It does leave you with the floor, sir.
Yeah, I don't know why we have to do this. Why we have to cram together all the flavors that are becoming popular and imagining the world. Like if you go somewhere, Nick, to one of these fancy food trucks or whatever, they've got special Cheetos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, like burritos and things like that. It's a topping now on stuff. Well, Cheetos plans to release a new Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Puffs flavor. Like, why? I get it. You have the dill pickle flavored stuff, and then you got over the flavor. I mean, would they all have to combine to one thing?
Well, they've got to have spicy dill pickles somewhere in like the store, right? That's got to be a thing.
Maybe.
So maybe they're. And listen, I think the dill pickle thing has taken off more than they thought. I mean, McDonald's now has that dill pickle salt that you can sprinkle on their fries.
The Grinch fries are very popular.
It's having a moment, and I think it's more popular than they had anticipated, and so they're all leaning into it. I am not a fan. I mean, I like dill pickles, but I don't like dill. It tastes too artificial to me, so I don't like any of that stuff. But are you into it at all?
I don't mind it, but I'm not out searching for it. Here's what I wish they would just sell. It's just jars of pickle juice. Claussen pickle juice. I mean, they could get away with that at this point.
Don't they?
I mean, I don't think so. I've never seen a jar on the shelf.
Does
just juice?
Do you drink it or do you use it in like cooking and stuff?
No. Well, when it comes to like marinating chicken, it's great for marinating chicken and add some extra flavor. But I mean, it's got some properties. Maybe you get you're a little low on electrolytes. Maybe you're getting cramped up.
No,
you learned that from J.H.I.
I was gonna say that was the Jahi's thing for sure. So maybe. And listen, I'm sure it's not too far away. Or there's going to be like a pickle powder that you can make into your own pickle juice that soon,
How about this? Big J's pickle juice.
All right. Well, now you have to make your own pickles to make that happen. Are
no,
you into that?
I just make the juice.
Okay. Well, where do you think the juice comes from?
I'll get it from Claussen.
That is illegal, sir. Morning After
lease it from him.
With Nick and Big J. Thank you for joining us. Jason Drew's up next. We will see you tomorrow. It's the X Rocks.